Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Wichita, Kansas.
Now that is teamwork. That's nightly news for this Tuesday. Thank you for watching. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
This program lineup is brought to you by Vision Express.
KUAM TVH, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
A local construction company steps up to donate its services for the children. This as the road to repair is still winding for 18 public schools ahead of the start of classes for 24 other campuses.
A local vape shop burglarized over the weekend, the thieves cutting off the power to the whole Machechi Plaza, impacting several businesses. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the story coming up.
A maritime heritage study for Guam and the NMI that could lead to offshore renewable energy. I'm Tomas Maglonia with full story coming up.
Hafide and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
Oh, Dest, man, the jet lag is lagging today.
It's lagging?
But you know what? Let's tell them the news.
Let's do it.
Because in less than 24 hours now, 24 Guam Department of Education schools will welcome students back to the classroom.
That's right. But for 18 others, there's still a ways to go until they can bring students on campus. The community stepping up to the plate to help speed up that process.
As over 14,000 public school students embark on their first day of school tomorrow, 18 other Guam Department of Education campuses will still have their doors closed as they await sanitary inspections. Among them, Juan Guerrero Elementary School. Its halls and classrooms now void of the buzz of dolphins and replaced by the sounds of construction. From the whiz of a drill to the clang of a hammer. Much needed repairs to the damaged awnings at the Dedido campus underway today.
We're gonna remove all the existing tin roof. That includes the plywood, the 2x4, and the 4x6. So we're gonna replace by new materials.
Jobert Abardo is a project manager with Pacific Federal Management Incorporated. He's part of that crew, among other locally owned construction and landscaping companies, donating their assistance to bring schools up to par. It's a selfless effort led by PFM and one that requires all hands on deck.
When the company told me to assess this, I'm very excited because like last week I heard the news about the schools going to extend for the opening. So I'm very excited, and this is one of the company's goal is to help the community. So I think building this simple awning for the kids is very important for them to open the school.
The demolition and reinstallation of wood to the school's awnings are expected to be complete in the coming days. Meantime, the initiative is expected to continue at Ukadu High School and PC Lujan. For the full list of GDOE schools set to open on August 15th, visit KUAM.com.
Underway now is a special meeting with the Guam Education Board. We'll have more on that tomorrow night on Primetime. Meantime, a story now on KUAM.com. Orat Chalampago Elementary School has passed public health inspection this afternoon. Students are expected to begin school on Friday, August 16th.
That's right. The home of the ants joins 24 other GDOE schools opening this week. However, Orat Chalampago's one-day delay aims to give the school community a 24-hour notice before return. Yeah, Dustin, I know the 24-hour notice is what education officials and the Guam Education Board said they will give all parents, as we have so much uncertainty for those now 17 schools that remain. That's right. Actually, 18 schools are still remaining public health inspections. If you guys have been tuning in to KUAM, we have been streaming live on our Facebook page. The Guam Department of Education has been holding daily media briefs just to give us some more insight about what's happening with those 18 schools pending sanitary inspections. Now, for those 18 schools, we are expected to see them return to an alternate form of learning, whether that be alternating days on a campus or online, and we are expected to see them back in that environment on August 22nd. That's on a Thursday.
Seems like malware and COVID times all over again, but good luck to all those involved, and thank you for all those as well stepping up to help out.
Now to your eye on crime. A local vape shop in Machechi Plaza was burglarized over the weekend in a manner an employee calls straight out of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, no Tom Cruise here. Canvas Vapery lost more than 10 grand worth of items, and they're not the only tenants who were impacted after the thieves cut off the power to enter the entire plaza. Mitsuki Hirayama has the story.
Inside Canvas Vapery in Machechi Plaza Saturday morning, sales associate Bonnie Nachuo clocked into work like any other day until she noticed something was amiss.
First thing that came to mind was a beeping sound, which I thought was our phone ringing. So I had continued to answer it. Oh, half a day Canvas. Little did I know it was our alarm system going off.
The blaring alarm, a missing speaker, and finally the broken back door, cluing her in that the local vape shop was burglarized overnight.
When I took a closer look, I noticed that the door frame or the glass had been taken apart or fell down.
But when she went to call 911, the building manager told her the cops already came and left. An employee opening up shop a few doors down at 17-minute photo tells KUAM he alerted authorities when he realized someone cut the power at the plaza and broke into the vape shop.
Let them know, contacted the building property manager, let them know like, hey, the compound has been hit. We don't have power. Nobody can open shop today. It's a Saturday. That's like our biggest day to generate revenue, throughout the week. So GPD made their way over and, they investigated. And the really interesting thing about it is last week when the incident happened, officer with the Guam Police Department stopped by asking to review some camera footage on the compound because apparently Shop for Less got broken into.
He says the officer told him the Shop for Less burglar broke in through the AC system on the roof.
So while I was looking at what happened at Canvas, you could see the rope coming off from the roof and everything. I'm like, wow, so whoever hit up Shop for Less may have hit up, Canvas. So that was my assumption.
It's believed that the thieves took this wooden pallet, set it against the wall here before climbing up onto the roof, going in through the AC vents, and after they were done ransacking the shop, they kicked out the door, leaving this glass door behind.
The thieves leaving behind handprints on Canvas Vapery's damaged vents, shoe prints on their counter, and a rope on the roof. They took off with about $10,000 worth of items to include a new shipment of hemp products, vape disposables, and mods.
We did find some skate products, our skateboards, out in the back by the trash bins. We still don't have an estimate of whether they did take anything or they just dropped it.
Nachuo leaves this message for the thieves hitting small local businesses.
I just want to say how disappointed I was to come in. We're a small business. Our boss is a pretty good person, and it just hurt to see all of us come in and all look just really disappointed to be hit like this.
Anyone with information on this break-in is asked to call Guam Police. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
The Guam Election Commission discussed 20 complaints sent their way following the primary election. Among the complaints, at least 2 Mongmong Totu Maiti residents were found to have voted outside of their district in Hagatnya. Commissioners voted to remove their ballots.
Now, the GEC's legal counsel made clear the law states you vote where you reside if you live on Guam. The GEC is saying they responded to all challenges that were submitted. We've got the link to the meeting for you now to watch on KUAM.com. Meantime, election officials are also gearing up for the November general election. Executive Director Maria Pangilinan telling commissioners early voting is expected to begin on October 14th. Now, a venue for early voting still needs to go through the procurement process. GEC will also meet again Friday at 5:30 p.m., where they are expected to certify the primary election results. But they still have some votes to count.
So the last day to accept to receive off-island absentee ballots is Friday, August 16th at 5 o'clock. Hence, we will start counting and reconvene our meeting at 5:30 on Friday. We had sent out 149 absentee ballots. So right now, to be counted, we have about 52 off-island absentee ballots, 88 homebound ballots, and the homebounds were the ones we serviced first through the third, even on election day. And then...
Is the homebound part of the 149?
No.
This is off-island only.
Yeah, off-island, okay. The off-island, that's how many we sent out. So far, we've received 52. Okay, so we have 52 so far that we can count, and then the homebound is 88 that we're going to count, and then we have some express votes that we had kept because there may have been some problems with the affidavits. So altogether, so far, we have 145.
You can watch more about the upcoming general election on this week's episode of The Hub.
Now to a health warning, a ban on Mahi products is in place.
The Department of Public Health's Division of Environmental Health confirming the ban today and the locations affected. Here's a list of those places on your screen. Officials say the Mahi manufactured and distributed came out of Ecuador and Taiwan. More specifically, Luan Feng Enterprises and Yang Li Corporation are flagged to potentially contain histamine, which may lead to food poisoning. This could lead to mild reactions such as flushing of the face and torso. Officials say severe reactions are itching, heart palpitations, blurred vision, and diarrhea.
The community is advised to avoid eating products containing the fish. Food establishments should also dispose of any potentially contaminated products. Well, Guam's newest Archbishop, Ryan Jimenez, will be officially installed to his new position.
A ceremony is planned at the Agana Cathedral Basilica tomorrow. The Archdiocese of Ganya is inviting the community to the installation mass that all begins at 4 p.m., followed by a reception at the Academy of Our Lady of Guam parking lot. Jimenez previously served as Bishop of the Diocese of Chalancanoa in the NMI and was appointed by Pope Francis on July 6th. We'll be sharing the live stream at KUAM News on our Facebook page. And welcome to Guam, Archbishop.
Welcome to Guam.
Well, next on Primetime, a maritime heritage study is underway in Guam and the CNMI.
And a look at the historic visit by the Italian Carrier Strike Group. You're watching KUAM.
Hey fam, this is Brandon the Truth Bearer here at Mount Carmel down in Agate, Guam, letting you know for the school year 2024-2025, Mount Carmel is starting a brand new program. Full martial arts, required part of the curriculum every single day. Me of all people, I understand that it takes a team to make this happen. Man, sometimes a village. We have the all-star team coming in. Professor DJ, Action Jackson. Professor Dorian Price. They are coming to Guam. They are coming to Mount Carmel to help make sure that the Alliance Training Center Academy program is running on all cylinders. Come on down, sign up, let's train.
Hafidegi, I'm Congressman James Moylan, and if you need assistance regarding federal issues, please give our office a call at 671-922-6673 or visit our website at moylan.house.gov.
Welcome back to Primetime. A new study of the maritime heritage in Guam and the Northern Marianas is the very start of potential offshore renewable energy-related projects.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnya reports on the groundwork being done for community-rooted feedback in the federal review process.
It is a 4-year project that's funded by the Bureau of Ocean and Energy Management, and it is to record the maritime heritage of the Mariana Islands, inclusive of CNMI and Guam.
Dr. Jennifer McKinnon is the lead researcher in a team from East Carolina University conducting the study. They recently held a town hall on Saipan to meet with the community as they develop best practices guidance for engagement in the federal review process for potential offshore renewable energy-related projects. They hope to learn more about the different types of maritime heritage.
From shipwrecks and aircraft to traditional cultural use areas and traditional cultural properties, so including things like navigation or important view sheds or collection areas or strategies for fishing. And we're really trying to get a sense of the types of sites, not exact locations.
Dave Ball is with the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management under the Department of the Interior. He said federal waters offshore the U.S. territories were recently added to BOEM's portfolio through the Inflation Reduction Act, as some in the Pacific take interest in offshore wind to reach their renewable energy goals.
This is really a key time to come in and work not only in Guam, but CNMI here as well, and also American Samoa, just to, before anything is actually happening, have a better understanding of types of resources that we need to be thinking about, also starting to build those relationships with communities.
Tomas Manglotnya, KUAM News, Saipan.
It's a historic visit on our shores.
Yeah, the Italian carrier strike group consisting of the aircraft carrier Cavour and the frigate Alpino docked, I hope I said that correctly, at the Naval Base Guam Sunday morning. The ships of the Italian Navy's fleet came from Darwin, Australia, down under, where they recently took part in the Pitch Black 2024 air exercise. They're headed to Japan after being engaged in a strategic deployment in the Indo-Pacific region. Rear Admiral Giancarlo Chiappina is the commander of the Italian carrier strike group. Captain Milos Argenton is the commanding officer of the Cavour.
This is the very first deployment of the Italian carrier strike group. So we're not very familiar with the area, but we are here to building more cooperation with our allied partners. And so Guam is a very strategic position over here.
We are having really all the support we need for our logistics stock in order to have everything we need before proceeding to Japan.
Before arriving in Guam, the flagship Cavour and Alpino were engaged in an important interaction with the USN Carrier Strike Group 3.
It's day 2 of the... Go ahead and say this for me. I don't want to mess it up.
We're going to try it as best as we can. Ihananaw I Magahit Zan Imina, Guam's 3rd annual Veteran Symposium at the Guam Museum.
Yeah, the event aims to empower, thank you for that. The event aims to empower our heroes' access to healthcare and benefits.
That's right, guys. And if you can't pronounce it, they go by HMI. It was a full house with around 150 veterans registered for the 3-day event. Participants filled the Guam Museum's theater as they engaged in dialogue with local leaders and expert speakers. The symposium also had a roundup of various organizations, including the Guam Office of Veterans Affairs, Westcare, Red Cross, to name a few. Anthony Tyron and Karina Balesta are HMI's president and vice president, respectively.
We bring all our veterans together and we provide them with veteran service providers who are allowed to share the information that they have, and helps the veteran to understand that there are resources for them to go to and to understand how to navigate this process. Now, the second half is what we've been calling our claims boot camp. And what happens there is we help our veterans to understand how to go about doing their claims.
Any veterans listening, please come and join us. It's free. We start at 7:30 to 8:30 is registration. We feed you. There's breakfast, there's lunch.
I hinana, I magahit, zan inina.
There we go.
Yeah, please don't revoke my Chamorro card. Well, the event all wraps up tomorrow, this Thursday, for the symposium, that is. Veterans, listen up. For more information on the event, you can visit this story now on KUAM.com. Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view from Hagåtña.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries, to outdoor living, to everyday fashions for the family, we've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands you know, at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart, the ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
From the group that brought you Joe Coy and Rob Schneider, Guam Comedy brings you the next big Phil-Am comedy sensation, J.R. de Guzman, live on Guam.
My family and I, when we first moved here, we lived in a storage unit. That would have been like the most awesome episode of Storage Wars.
One show only, Saturday, August 31st at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse.
Your friend, your cousin.
Get your tickets now at GuamComedy.com. J.R. de Guzman, live on Guam. Don't miss the fun.
Introducing GTA Fiber. We're bringing our fiber connection from the neighborhood all the way to your home. Now you can get lightning fast speed of up to 1 gig and take your streaming, downloading, or gaming to the next level. Plus, you get our next-gen Plume Wi-Fi, so you can experience all that speed throughout your home, built on Guam's most reliable network. Visit gta.net to see if fiber is available in your area. GTA Fiber. Nothing beats fiber.
Do you remember your favorite McDonald's collectibles? Well, this is them now. Order a collector's meal at McDonald's and choose between 10-piece McNuggets or a Big Mac to get one of 6 collectible cups while you still can. Collectible cups are back, baby. And this time, they're covered in collectibles. Order a collector's meal at McDonald's and get a sausage McMuffin with egg and one of 6 cups while you still can.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Hi everybody, September 5th is going to be a big night, a tropical night with Tanel to be exact, so make sure to get your tickets at guamtime.net because this is an intimate VIP setting with some world-class musical talent. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. It includes a meet and greet, $100 per person only, and you can meet Tanel herself. So make sure to check it out, guamtime.net once again. The Guam Softball Academy, play the wonderful game. If you're in the infield, if you're an outfielder, if you are a amazing pitcher up on the rubber, on the mound, or if you want to catch, or if you want to be an administrator. We got this college-bound athlete seminar is going to teach you about the game the right way from the people who know it best. Please, once again, while you're on guamtime.net, register for this event as well, looking for baseball and softball players looking to take their game to the next level. Even if you're just discovering the game. It's a wonderful game, so make sure to go out and play. You guys know how I feel about sports. And the 8th annual Rhoda Coconut Festival. Has it been a year already? We are in year number 8 up there. To our brothers and sisters up in Rhoda. It's going to be held on Friday the 6th and Saturday the 7th at the Chamorro Village Learning Center. You know us here on Guam. Over in Agani Heights, they know how to celebrate the coconut, and they also do so up in Rhoda. That is what's happening. That's what's going on. That's what's up. And that's why we are awesome.
Jace knows what's up, and now you know what time it is. Time for birthday wishes.
Here's your Cold Stew and Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday number 51 to Alexander, and may God bless you with many more years to come. Love your families in Guam and in North Carolina. All right. Happy first birthday to Jordan Ankaya. Birthday number 1 for Jordan, and may the Lord continue to bless you today and every day. Love always with all the adoration in the world, Mommy, Daddy, Jeremiah, and Jude. Leonard John Flores to Tal. This is a wonderful shout out. All right. Please help me wish a happy 20th birthday to our oldest son, Leonard. We wish you lots of love on your special day with many more years. Love, Bula, from Dad, Mom, Lene, Lian, and the whole family. Happy birthday, son, known to you and I as Corey Cabalas. Please enjoy your special day from Mom, Alice, and Chris Ada. Eric Duenas, happy birthday, Eric, from your family and friends who wish you the very, very best on your big day. And Ezra Lynn, happy birthday to our beautiful princess. You are a blessing in our lives. Enjoy your day, pretty girl. Eee, we love you so much. So happy birthday to everyone. That was a fantastic six people in our community have birthdays. We know there's more than that, so keep sending them in.
Wow, a lot of birthdays today.
Yeah, happy birthday, everybody.
I'm getting excited because it's almost Virgo season.
Woo woo. Lots of Virgos. We love the Virgos.
Happy birthday to all of you celebrating out there today, and also celebrating kids back to school for at least 24 of you in Guam's public schools if you're not already in the private schools, some of the charter schools that are already in session.
That's
Welcome
right.
back.
Welcome back, guys. Oh my gosh. I know that traffic is going to be interesting to see tomorrow, so everyone please drive safely when you're doing your drop-offs and doing your pickups as well.
I think one positive note to come out of the delay for the start of at least more than a dozen of those other schools that are still waiting in the wings is that there'll be less of traffic out there on the roads. And so you always got to think about the positive side of things, right? At least that's what GDOE officials try to promote out there. Again, the Guam Education Board in an emergency meeting tonight. We, of course, will have the latest on KUAM.com and on Primetime Thursday. In the meantime, good luck out there. I know you'll be covering first day of classes for the students. We want to hear from those kids and those parents that are excited.
Yes, so if you guys see us out in the field, please feel free to say hi, come and talk to us. honk
Destiny
at us.
Cruz.
We'll be out there getting you guys' first
Yeah.
day, documenting what it's like. So we're excited to get this going tomorrow.
Yeah, and for all of you kids that might be nervous and excited as well for first day of classes, all you need to know is you got this. Good luck to all of you on your first day of classes. Welcome back. That's your Primetime Show. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Decision 2024 half a day. I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to a new episode of The Hub. And who better to kick things off this episode than with the Guam Election Commission's Executive Director, Maria Pangilinan. Half a day, Maria.
Half a day, Nick Delgado. Sidus Masi for having me.
Of course, first time we get to connect after the primary election on August 3rd. How was that for you?
It went pretty smoothly as far as the operations go. You know, for mayoral, for the midterms, where the mayors are running, operationally, it's a little bit more hectic than a gubernatorial race because of the number of candidates and because of the number of candidates and how we prepare the ballot.
Hectic also in the sense of the number of voters and how that impacted the specific races.
Yes. So it was one of our lowest voter turnout, unfortunately. So we hope to get we're gearing up to get more voters to come out for the general.
But last time, I think in the last week, we spoke a little bit about how we were able to push or come to an agreement to push those mayoral candidates who didn't get I guess it was the threshold number of votes.
So what happened, Nick, is that initially, you know, in interpreting the law, the Guam Election Commission put the threshold at a higher level where we compared the number of total ballots counted for the total primary election, multiply that times 4%, and compare that number with the number of signatures required. And so that was a higher number than if we use the district level numbers, the counts for the total primary. And so when we issued out a notice that says we're using the total primary numbers. We received some letters from in total 4 of the mayoral candidates. So when we received that, we needed to go back and make sure that what we decided was consistent with what has been done in the past. So we went all the way back to 2000. Sure enough, the Guam Election Commission was faced with the same issue back in the 2000 primary election.
With the mayoral candidates, or
with the mayoral candidates?
Okay.
And in 2000, after the 2000 primary, in the minutes of a public meeting of October 12th, I think it's October 12th, 2000, we saw that in the official minutes, they used the district numbers instead of the overall primary. So hence, as soon as we found that out, and as soon as we found that out, we reached out to the mayors that we had contacted earlier, and we let them know that they will be on the primary election ballot. That will, that will be mentioned tonight. That will be mentioned in the Guam Election Commission meeting, and we will have one on Friday as well, a Guam Election Commission meeting.
Yeah, I know next order of business for the commission is to certify and make those results official from the August 3rd primary, correct?
Yes. So before we do that, we need to make sure we receive all the off-island ballots. The last day to receive them is tomorrow, Friday, August 16th at 5 o'clock. Hence, the meeting will reconvene at 5:30. So we will first count the provisional and absentee ballots. We will count those, and the commissioners will tabulate those. After that, when we're satisfied with those counts, the provisional and absentee ballots, we will have to put all the ballots together for the Dededo voting district and do a recount. because the vice mayoral candidates on the Democratic side, the difference between the highest vote getter and the second vote getter was less than 2%.
Slim.
Yes, and by law, recount is required.
Okay.
So we'll do all that tomorrow night, and so after that, hopefully they can certify the election.
I want to talk about the absentee ballots and those ballots that now you guys will add to the count. Any potential shakeup that might cause?
The difference between the two vice mayor candidates, it just may affect that, but I'm not so sure. Like I said, we're still waiting. Some are coming in. Some may come in as late as tomorrow, before 5 o'clock. The other thing to know is that as we go, as we look at them, right? Even the provisional ballots, the provisional ballots, by now we know which ones are going to be counted, but the absentee ballots, we don't know. We don't know how many will finally be counted based on what we receive by tomorrow at 5.
Okay, but no anticipation that will shake up like the Democratic race, or at least the numbers that we had in the senatorial races.
Oh no!
Okay.
No. Just like the early vote turnout, the actual election day turnout, our off-island and homebound voters were much lower than in the past.
Yeah, it's incredible. As much pressure, as much information we try to push out to get people to come out and vote, what's it gonna take?
I wish I knew, and
Yeah.
if somebody out there knows, let us know at the Guam Election Commission. Right now, for the general election, as we gear up to bring the voters out for early voting, as well as Election Day, which is Tuesday, November 5th. We know that, we have high number of registered voters, but for those of you who are not registered yet, you can start to register now.
Nice.
So you can get online at gec.guam.gov. And also, if you're going to visit the DMV anytime soon, write on the application for a driver's license, for a renewal or for a new one, or a Guam ID, there's a small section right on the same application form for motor voter registration.
Okay.
And that will get you registered with as a registered voter for the general election.
I want to have our voters hear a little bit more from you, Maria, on just what to do in anticipation of the November general election, what they need to do if they do want to make sure that their vote is counted this time around. But we're going to take a quick break and hear from the incumbent in the delegate race, incumbent James Moylan, who spoke with our Mitsuki Hirayama, coming up. Keep it here. You're watching The Hub.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Want a real taste of New York? The classic New York-style pizza offers a big, bold taste that's a Guam favorite. It's handmade with 16 inches of foldable crust, a sweet marinara sauce, and your favorite topping. And at 30% larger than our large, classic New York pizza is only $12.99 for carryout. Bring together your family and friends for a classic New York pizza party. Each pizza is just $12.99 for carryout. Classic New York-style pizza, so close you can taste it. Only at your island Pizza Hut.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Half a day, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. Welcome back to The Hub. Joining me today is incumbent delegate Jim Moylan. How are you doing today?
Very good, Mitsuki. It's a pleasure to be home. I'm glad we had the opportunity to talk, and yeah, you're right. Just please call me Jim.
Right, and we're just coming off of the primary election that we had recently with your opponent, Ginger Cruz, coming out on top of the three-way Democratic race for Congress. What is your reaction to this as you reflect on it?
I'm glad people did come out to vote. I want to thank the voters of Guam for taking their time and coming out to vote. But Masuki, we also have a general election coming on up. We need a greater percentage of voters to come out. We have all these folks that worked hard to get to their positions, from the senators, did a heck of a job, to mayors, to vice mayors, and everyone is trying their darndest to get out there to encourage the people of Guam why they're the ones for the job, just like I am. But we need the people of Guam to come and vote, and that makes all the effort worth it. So I'm asking the people of Guam, as the general election comes closer, please ensure that you come and vote. Please ensure that you tell your family to come and vote. And please do vote. And if you need trouble, is there a ride issue or anything, I'm sure your candidate will be more than happy to pick you up and take you on over. So I'm very grateful that the people of Guam have elected me on the general election. I got the votes that are important. And now the work has just begun as well. You know, we worked really hard the last year with our efforts to represent Guam strongly. And there's a lot of issues that we had to deal with and continue to deal with. And we did, I think, an excellent job with my team and focusing on what's important and being that voice for the people of Guam. We were able to get over $3.2 billion for the people of Guam in our first year. We have a lot more on our plate. We have a lot more in amendments in the different appropriation bills that are there that we want to ensure gets done. And that's why I'm asking the people of Guam to please vote their confidence in me once again, so I can come back and talk to you even more. Okay?
Right. And I'm glad you brought up the low voter turnout that we had this year. There were a high percentage of Democrats voting in the primary election versus Republicans. How confident are you that you will come out on top for the general election against Ginger?
I'm as confident as I know the people of Guam in my ability to do the work. I know that as a senator, we worked hard in the 34th and the 35th Guam legislature. My experience in the government of Guam is also important. My experience in the military is also important. And as your sitting delegate for Congress right now, again, we have done, bar none, I would think, a lot of these measures that have come across in budgets, it made Guam centric. It made Guam the center of appropriation measures. It made Guam very important. We're able to leverage the importance of Guam with my colleagues to bring more that is what's needed for the people of Guam, for our infrastructure of Guam, for the protection of Guam. I'm confident that I can continue to do that with the relationships that we've built, with the committees that we are on, which I'll be happy to expand on that, and what we have done thus far. If I wasn't confident in that, then, then it should be a different situation, but it's not. We've done great. We're just started as well. There's more that needs to get done, and we just begun. So I'm confident that I can ask the people of Guam for their vote of confidence once again, and I won't let them down.
Right, and I'm glad you touched on some of your platform for a bit. Can we let's talk about it more about your platform. What sets you apart from your opponent, and why should people cast their vote for you?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you more about myself than what makes me different than others. So I believe our number one priority is public safety. We have a great deal of concern with the drugs that are in our island. We can see it out on the streets. We can read it in the newspaper. It's a constant situation. I'm a former public safety officer. I worked for the Department of Corrections for over 7 years. I dealt with things I didn't want to see. I handled matters that were important, but it was for the protection of the island, and my number one priority is protection of the island. When we were in Senate office in the 35th and 36th Guam legislature, we fought hard to get the Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency the things they needed, especially something called a secure facility. Right now they lack that. This is where you can get a container that comes off the ships at the commercial port, run it through this beautiful building, almost like you got here at KUAM, right? And have that x-rayed and have the goods investigated, looked at, and checked to prevent illegal things coming on into the island. To also add to taxes that are being avoided and not being paid, to look for invasive species as well. But what the Guam Customs needs is a sterile facility. We weren't able to get the funding for that when I was a senator for Guam. When we were able to do that is when we came to Congress. And I can literally tell you, it took an act of Congress to get this done. So we were able to get $2.1 million for the architect and engineering, the sketch, the drawings for this building. And Guam Customs is working on that now.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah, thanks, Taco Bell!
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Of course, we're looking at the public health system as well with the Guam Memorial Hospital. We have a measure and appropriation bill to also address their architect and engineering, what they need to improve our hospital. Something I was hoping to work on when I was a senator, and that experience does matter. Your previous political experience is important. Couldn't get it done, but now we're able to get it done in Congress. Again, looking at the architecture, engineering, what we need to get a hospital completed, and money's necessary to do this study. Same concept that we were successful with the Customs and Quarantine, we're using that once again for the Guam Memorial Hospital. And I've had recently, just last week, a conversation with Governor Leon Guerrero as well. These are important things that we continue to share with the administration, to share with the directors, to share with the mayors too. There's other things we're looking at helping with the hospital as well. To make Guam part of the rural hospital as a rural hospital. What that does is offer additional grants. And we're working with the administration of Guam Memorial Hospital too, expressing what they need to do. Just this week, there was another meeting with them too. And I'm happy to say they're very pleased with the actions of our office. So we're working that, and we continue to do that. And there's other things that are just all in the works. And our success for our office was great. We did 3.2 of 5 billion previous fiscal year. Now we're looking at 3.2 this year. What does that mean? That means job creations, giving people a job opportunity. A lot of folks not working, but they had this opportunity. That means small business development, giving the entrepreneurs an opportunity to start their business. This is a long-term situation that means a lot of tax money coming into the general fund, which supports the government of Guam, which supports our public safety, our public education, and our public health.
And it sounds like the work is pretty busy and still ongoing in the nation's capital. But how are you preparing for the general election? It's just about 3 months away, right?
Well, I've prepared for several general elections. Primaries as well. It was in 2018 when I was elected as a senator for the first time. We pushed it really hard, and we prepared it, and we're keeping up that same pace as we did in 2018. Then the second term as a senator for Guam, we followed that same procedure as well. And we moved up. as we succeeded in our measures that we got passed, as we succeeded in showing the people of Guam what we've done, we've moved up in our status as a senator. The first term as congressman, we followed the same procedure. Of course, now these are federal issues, but understanding what the people of Guam, what we need for the island, based on understanding our agencies, working with our agencies, working with our director, and working with the administrations as well, has helped us keep that relationship going. So when we went to the federal side, we can relay those messages. And when these agencies come to Washington, D.C., which our current governor has come many times, we make sure that's an open door. Directors, many of the directors that come to our office do, we make sure that's an open door as well. But we have important measures that are in appropriations bill that will really affect greatly the health and welfare of the people of Guam. One I just want to mention to you is regarding Uga River and the reservoir. We were able to include in a measure, and we're still needing this to get passed, and that's why it's important that we remain to keep this moving forward, an additional $25 million to build another tank for the Uga River reservoir, because the current tank needs to be taken down, needs to be worked upon. Where the funneling of this water comes on in, it has to be updated. So there's so many important things that need to get done for the health and welfare, for water protection too, which we have worked for and have received the money, at least in the appropriations bill. So there's a lot of on our plate, there's a lot of work to get done, and there's more to come.
All right, thank you, Delegate. And just to close off, any final comments for our viewers?
I thank you for this opportunity, moving me forward to the next, to the general election. What I'm asking our viewers to do is please let the voice be heard loud and clear by increasing and telling your friends and family, go out and vote. Now, I'll be very happy that I'm your next delegate once again, but it's important that we get the greatest amount of people who are eligible to vote to come out and vote. There's a lot of sacrifices that may or may not be important to some folks, but your elected officials are really trying to do what the people of Guam want to get done. And in order for that to be heard, is your vote counts. I'm on the ballot. I'm the Republican candidate. I wish to continue as your candidate. I hope I've proven to you, from Senate to Congressional to today, that I can do for the people of Guam, be your one voice in the U.S. House of Representatives and fight for you all the way through until you tell me otherwise. So thank you and God bless, and please go vote.
All right, thank you, Delegate Moylan, and we'll see you in the general election.
We shall. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam. Is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
Welcome back to the Hub. You just heard from our Mitsuki Hirayama speaking with the incumbent James Moylan, who's seeking re-election for Congress to represent Guam as its delegate. And the week prior, our Tomas Manglona also spoke with Democrat candidate Ginger Cruz. You can find that interview as well on KUAM's YouTube channel and all our social media platforms. Meantime, we're choosing to wrap up the show tonight with Maria Pangilinan. Half a day, Maria.
Half a day again, Nick Delgado.
So I want to give you a scenario. Say, for instance, if I'm interested in voting now in the general election in November, but I didn't make it out to the polls in August, what would make me eligible to do so?
If you voted in the last general election or even in 2020, you will still be eligible to vote even though you did not vote in the primary. So, and it's very easy. Get on our website and you can check if you're still registered to vote. gec.guam.gov.
I think you just put in like your name
and your date of birth.
Date of birth.
And that's it.
Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
What is, I know you guys have new machines this year, so that was able to help with the process and making sure things went quick and smooth. Because we have less candidates now ahead of the November election, early night, are we going to call it?
Nick, you know I never call it.
I love to ask
Our commissioners sometimes call it.
Yeah.
So we finished the primary election about 2:15. We finished the count at about 2:15. For the first time since I've started working at the Guam Election Commission, I got home before sunrise. So that was very, very nice.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Because even though the final results come in, we wrap up our broadcast with bringing the results. Maria and the rest of the commissioners, they're still meeting. They're still doing what they have to do, right? And then your crew has to break down.
We break down, and then we convoy down with the machines and the ballots.
Mm-hmm.
So GPD is a major partner with us, and so they convoy with us until we secure both the machines and the ballots.
What about the candidates? I know those candidates that did advance, well, definitely all the senatorial candidates are advancing.
Correct.
This time around. This time around as well, voters, you can cross over ahead of the general. So just a heads up, if that kind of dissuaded you from voting around the primary election, you will get more of an opportunity to pick which candidates you want to lead the island. But what should our candidates who did advance to the general know?
So tomorrow is a big day for them because tomorrow, Friday, August 16th.
Friday?
Yes.
It's Wednesday.
Their campaign finance report is due.
Okay.
Okay. And then come the senatorial candidates, we have not set the date for ballot placement yet. So we'll call them individually. We'll make sure we call them, we'll email them to let them know when ballot placement is. So we announced the actual ballot placement drawing after the certification of the primary election.
Okay.
And just remember that there will be two sides to the ballot again because we have our nonpartisan candidates.
Right.
So we can vote, make sure you turn your ballot around, voters, and vote on both sides. And yes, like Nick said, you can cross over between the Democrats and the Republicans.
And that's with the Guam Education Board, the
Consolidated Commission on Utilities. And then we have a judicial retention question as well.
Okay.
And we have our straw poll, of course. Our straw poll for the President of the United States.
Okay. I know during the count as well, I recall people messaging us throughout the night on our live stream. They're asking, what about the write-ins? What about the write-in votes? Or I know sometimes that's pretty minimal.
Yes, but this time we had on the Democrat side over 2,500, I believe, write-ins. So if any of those write-in candidates received 750 votes, they would be able to go on to the general. But the preliminary results say, well, we have to check.
Yeah.
So that will be continued. That will be discussed again with the Guam Election Commissioners.
And what data is the commission expected to certify the results?
We're looking at Friday, August 16th.
Okay.
Yes. So we hope after the provisional and absentee ballots are counted, after the Dedido recount, we hope to be able to certify.
Man, you guys have your work cut out for you this election, and it's only a midterm.
Yes, yes, yes. Operationally, midterms are harder for us than the gubernatorial race.
Yeah, guys, so if you're watching this, make the Guam Election Commission's mission and their job count as well by coming out to the polls, showing up, or going to the GEC's website, gec.guam.gov, to register, find out everything you need to know there, as well as going to KUAM.com to see who are all the candidates on the ballot. We have that as well as all the interviews that will be coming up in the weeks ahead here on the Hub. Maria, thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate speaking with you. Wise mind when it comes to how our election system works here. The sport of Guam, no doubt. Okay, and keep it here on the Hub every Wednesday where we'll bring you more from the candidates ahead of the November general. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.